And McBride has played a little basketball with me, for those of you who are doubting what he's talking about. And it was a lot of fun. Anyway, yeah, so I still love to play basketball. And yes, I am raising a basketball team. My wife and I have 5 kids. We've got Jackson, who is down in the bottom corner here. He just turned 13. Savannah over in the right corner, she's 11. This beautiful little girl in the middle and up top is Eliza Joy. She's 6 months old. My beautiful wife, Rebecca. And then we've got 2 other boys, Tucker, who's 9, and Weston is 4. And so my wife does the heavy lifting. She homeschools our 3 oldest kids and does that while she micromanages the toddler and the newborn, or infant. So she's got her hands full. So I tell people I'm in risk management. She really and truly is in risk management. One of the things we love to do to make things a little riskier is to get out and enjoy this big, beautiful world. God has given us an incredible world to explore, and we love going to national parks. This is some time that we spent in Yosemite last year. And so most weekends, if you follow along on my social media feed, you will see us hanging off of a mountain or jumping in a waterfall or getting the boats out and just having fun, trying to do less of this on screens and do more of opening your eyes. And we're big believers in a verse in James chapter 1, verse 17, that says, every good and perfect gift comes from above. And so we're very thankful for how God has blessed our family with our children. We've got a wonderful church. I serve as an elder at Restoration Presbyterian Church up near Hamilton Mill. We're currently meeting in Mill Creek High School. Got about 400 members, and we are going through a capital campaign while we're looking for a senior pastor, which I'm also serving on our pastor search committee. So never a dull moment in the Bostrom family. A little bit about my family. That's a lot of the why behind what I do. I work at, and I just celebrated my 10-year anniversary at Burnette Insurance Agency. I love where I work. I love what I do. So I'm on the employee benefits side of insurance. You've heard a number of insurance folks in this room today, but specifically what I do, where I'm licensed, is in working with small to medium-sized companies on things like health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, life insurance on a group platform. So when you think about those small, medium-sized businesses, that's a relative term. My target audience is generally in that 15 to 20 minimum threshold. Quentin is great at working with the smaller companies, those micro groups. But once you get to about 15 or 20 employees, that's where the fun part starts for business owners and for me, because what I do is not just help folks. We've got a great team at the office that walks our clients through open enrollment, shops benefit plans every renewal, helps with claims issues, advocates for our clients. But I'm kind of the extension that is from a value standpoint. The insurance industry there's parity when it comes to rates. So this is one thing I wanted to explain to my BNI sales team here today. When you've got a group of, let's say, 50 employees, those rates that you may qualify for with Humana or Blue Cross or United Healthcare or any of the carriers that are here in Georgia will look the same, whether you use Burnette Insurance Agency, whether you use broker A, broker B, or broker C. There's parity there. So traditionally in the insurance brokerage world, you tend to rely on what you would call the good old boy network or the country club relationship. My broker takes me to lunch, he sends me tickets to ball games, he plays golf with me. Those things are important-ish, but the real value behind what insurance is there in the beginning. You have insurance to mitigate risk and to lower risk. And there are so many other ways that risk is represented in the workplace. I always tell people, if you have employees, you have risk. And so my job, by extension, is to be an HR consultant, to work with our clients on all of those things that a traditional broker who's focused on bringing donuts or sending tickets to ball games doesn't have the time, the expertise, or the bandwidth to help their clients with. And so this is just an example. This is our 2018 class schedule for Burnette Risk Management Academy. We've done things like soft skills and corporate leadership summit, which was great earlier in the year. We've also done social media, cyber liability in the workplace, OSHA and safety, violence in the workplace. We just did a wage and hour update. How you pay your employees is really important. Family Medical Leave Act. We have a class coming up on Friday. If you've got 50 employees or more, you are subject to the Family Medical Leave Act, which means you have to let your employees take a 12-week job-protected leave to deal with things like cancer or the death of a family member. There are a ton of different areas that employers can step in it when it comes to compliance. And so we say we're proactive risk managers, and this is, these are just a handful of classes that we're doing this year. Intentionally, you can't read all of these. 150 things to worry about in HR, that's probably being that's underselling it. There are so many things that small business owners and large business owners have to deal with when it comes to regulatory compliance, government expectations, and it's not a suggestion. So I always tell folks, whether you have an HR department or whether you have a front desk office manager or a CFO, those regulations, like the Americans with Disabilities Act, wage and hour compliance, those are not suggestions. And so we live in a litigious society, and so if you can create some business practices up front where you rely on a risk management partner to set your course and set a good foundation with employee handbooks, training supervisors on how to recognize and avoid harassment in the workplace, all of those things help you ultimately avoid risk. And so that's what my job is. And the beautiful thing is there is no cost for this. I mean, you have a traditional broker, they get commission. I'm a traditional broker in the sense that I don't have a billable hour set up for what I do. So a great referral for me is any HR manager, director, CFO, decision maker who would love to learn more about our unique approach to risk management. Business is headquartered here in Georgia, although we're licensed in all 50 states. Anywhere that's within a 3 or 4 hour drive, if you've got a great connection in Chattanooga or in Greenville, South Carolina, I'm certainly willing to go there. But anywhere between 15 and 500 employees is a great size company for me to work with. And I love what I do, I love where I do it, and I love who I do it for. So thank you guys.